Welcome back to Reason for Truth. Today I want to talk about America's state of faith crisis. Hey everybody, welcome back to Reason for Truth. Truth comes first. All the reasons come last. We want to explain the truth we set forward. Keep on focus. We're always constantly learning, because when you stop learning, you really stop teaching. If you're doing that, you really stop teaching rightly and well. We don't want to do that. In a recent study in the state of American Christianity, American churchgoers found the following. 63% agree that God, this is Barna research, 63% agree that God accepts the worship of all religions. Religious pluralism. I wrote a whole book on that called All Roads Don't Lead to Heaven, Discovering God in the New Age. There's another book by a different author, but you want to read mine. It's better. You can go there, or you can go right off the Equipped Academy to get that as well, equippedacademy.com, or just go on Amazon. But 63%, can you imagine that, agree that God accepts the worship of all religions? It's not right. Called religious pluralism. 48% agree that the Bible contains helpful account of ancient myths, but not literally true. 54% agree that religious beliefs is a matter of personal opinion rather than objective truth. This is not good. And around 2 in 5 American churchgoers agree that gender identity is a matter of choice. Boy, that's a new one. Nearly half of all American churchgoers disagree or are unsure that abortion is a sin. Why is this important? Because murdering babies and children reflects the most basic state of morality and biblical grounding, the building blocks of civil society and the Word of God. Murder is one of the big 10, or the lack thereof civility. The study found that only 2 in 5 pastors, this is where it gets scary, senior pastors have a biblical worldview. Whoa, that means they're duplicating themselves in people with more people without a true biblical worldview in a church. This is a major problem and unveils that, to me, to take the adverse, that 3 in 5 pastors do not have a biblical worldview. So why are these people pastors to begin with? Furthermore, only 12% of children and youth pastors have a biblical worldview. Well, biblical worldview is defined here as making sure that our understanding or choices are consistent with God's principles and commands. Okay, this is all according to the Barna research and Pew research. You could say the stateoftheology.com. Anyways, why should anyone in a highly educated, scientific, tolerant, and technologically advanced culture believe in the truthfulness of Christianity? Really, Steve? Science has kind of disproved the Bible. That's not true. Science has done nothing but to back up the truth, the Word of God. Well, thinking well about things like logic, faith, and reason, evidence of God's existence, and the true nature of Christianity directly addresses the issues listed above. So when the evidence is examined in a systematic, theological, and logical way, in an educated way, we could see that we have excellent reasons to believe that Christianity is actually the exclusive truth. And that's just the case. C.S. Lewis observed that there is nothing more important we can take hold of and to learn so effectively to share with others outside the Gospels, outside the gospel message. So why should anyone in a highly educated, scientific, tolerant, and technologically advanced culture believe in the truthfulness of Christianity? Thinking well about things, again, like logic, faith, and reason, the evidence for God's existence and the true nature of Christianity directly addresses all the issues listed above and then some. So when the evidence is examined in a systematic way, we can see that we have excellent reasons to believe in Christianity is actually the truth. And I'd like to close with some words from my old mentor, Dr. Norman Geisler. He said apologetics is simply opening the door, clearing the rubble, and removing the hurdles so that people can come to Christ. Listen, our culture's failure to keep the Orthodox faith and use apologetics rightly as a tool in the toolbox behind the gospel has led to a crisis, I think, in biblical literacy in the United States has never seen before. So how do I know this? The research is in. 2 in 5 pastors have an Orthodox biblical worldview. That's it. 2 out of 5, meaning that 3 out of 5 don't. 63% agree that God accepts the worship of all religions, all other religions. Really? That's not Christianity. That's pluralism. That's idol worship. 48% believe the Bible contains helpful accounts of the ancient myths, but is more literally true. 54% agree that religious belief is a matter of personal opinion rather than objective truth. Really? That's not what Jesus says. That's not what the Old Testament says. Not what Isaiah says. It's not what any of the prophets or Listen, nowhere in the Bible does it say that. Even worse, only 12% of children and youth pastors have a biblical worldview. That's the most scary. Remember, biblical worldview is defined here again as making sure that our understanding, our choices are consistent with God's principles and commands. When we lose our youth, folks, we lose the faith. And we end up with all these challenges we face. In America, it's going to get worse. We're going to have even a worse faith crisis. And the source of most of all of our current problems boils down to just that. This raises one serious question, which is, what are we going to do to begin to change this for the next generation? And that's what I want you to think about. Okay, all these things sound good. We can be at peace with our neighbor. Yeah, we could still be at peace with our neighbor, but their neighbor could know that we stand solidly on the Word of God, and that we don't believe all religions lead to the same place, and that we believe the Word of God is the truth, and that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, and so on. So let's take these statistics, let's mull them around. Let's make sure we make a decision. We're in or out. We stand on the Word of God. We can winsomely share that with others. We don't have to go clobber someone over the head. But let's do the right thing, stand strong on our own faith, and then we'll be able to share it rightly with others. That's all I'll say. Make sure you want to do something to help us, subscribe. Hit that little alert bell down there. That would be real helpful. That will help the algorithms get us to spread this good news. Channel's not even monetized. But anyways, that being said, also join my community, StephenGarofalo.com or StephenGarofalo.locals.com. You need to download the Locals app. It's on your phone, Android, and the iPhone, and there's a free version of that, and then you can do the subscribe level, but you can join for free. Check it out, see if you like it, and then if you'd like to support us, it's great. But if not, hey, you're going to get articles and all kinds of good stuff at no cost. So God's blessings to you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you at the next episode. I'm your host, Steve Garofalo, and this is your Reason for Truth for today.